All right, everyone, look around this room. Think back to spring training where this journey started. This group's goal from that moment on has really been about one thing, the World Series. And now we here. We all knew we had something special, and here we are. Each of you has put in the hard work and made sacrifices for the good of the team, time and time again. And for that, can't tell you how proud I am of this group. But listen, this is not the end. We didn't come this far to come this far. Exactly. We gotta finish the job. Our job is not finished. The goal is a world championship, and now it's time to seize it. Every one of you has a role to play, big or small. Focus on doing your job and trust that your teammates will do the same. Nothing changes just because we're on the biggest stage. Stick to playing our brand of baseball. The team that does little things right and stays within themselves is the team that's going to be hoisting that trophy when everything is said and done. Take it one game, one inning, one pitch at a time. We've prepared for this moment. We've climbed every mountain to get here. Now let's finish the climb. This is our time.
Side, not as a hitter. We'll see today if he can bring the same type of result.
Can't believe they got Austin Mays for the championship series MVP. I mean, I did have an off game, but come on, bro. Yeah, serious? I had 6 home runs, 14 RBI.
2 on, 2
I had
outs.
3.
Here's a high chopper. And that is that. 2 left for the Mets. So now the Mariners offense gets to go to work for the first time. We've got no score. You're watching the World Series.
They holding me. That's crazy. Need the World Series.
Marcus Matt in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball.
I'm a rookie, but I ain't stupid.
Ground ball, and that's through the infield. One runs in, fires it to the plate. It's offline, and he scores. 3-0.
Oh, that's a big at bat coming through in the clutch to drive in.
Traffic on the bases with 3 already across here in Game 1 of the World Series. That one to first. Bryant steps on the bag, and that'll keep more runs from coming in. Inning over. 3 runs for him here, and they move ahead. We'll head to inning number 2 at T-Mobile Park. The Mariners lead it 3-0. In the league championship series than the World Series because they know this is it.
I could totally see that because, you know, you get to the World Series, that's what your whole...
Can't glove it cleanly. Gets off a throw, and it's in time. It wasn't the smoothest play you'll see today, but they still get the out.
Who's this rookie? The doggone double play, man. Oh, they ain't get nowhere.
Matt turning some heads with this recent stretch of impressive play.
Lots of rookies can have a hot streak, but once the league gets a book on you, starts attacking you differently, things can shift in a hurry. I'm interested to see how he handles those adjustments.
You know that's a ball. You know that.
Swing and a high fly ball hit the air left center field. This one's got a chance. Bang!
Oh, home run.
He'll take a jog around the bases. And they had a run. It's 4-0.
His confidence is through the roof with the way he's been swinging it lately. He's on a really good run.
Solo?
Power versus power right there, like two locomotives colliding. Who's going to win? Well, a really good job there by the hitter, getting the top hand working. Powers that fastball out of here.
One gone, runner at first. Jonah Bride up now for the Mets. The pressure is high for the players in the postseason, but maybe even higher for the managers. Every decision you make is critical to the success of the team and to your own reputation. 2-2 on the way. Ground ball up the middle, into the outfield, base hit. And now two aboard.
Well, for better or worse, managers are remembered for what they do in the postseason. Pull the right strings, they might build a statue of you someday. One bad decision, and you might be updating your resume. You got to be sharp.
I wouldn't get too puffed up about that postseason extra base hit thing, Siggy. The all-time leader with 4 is Ken Holtzman, a pitcher, and one of his hits was a homer.
Yeah, Boog, I'm sure he was a position player, though, before he started pitching.
Popped up. Bichette should have this one. And there's one down. Matt steps in. They've got the edge, but the job is not done. He's looking to keep the line moving.
Yeah, nothing wrong with a little insurance, Boog.
You're halfway there.
And that gets the top of the zone for a strike.
Oh, top, geez. The top.
Soto, multi-time All-Star, 33 years old, and he was born in the Dominican Republic.
Give me 7.
Strike 2.
You barely cut the phone. That was good. Didn't I do that again?
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
Oh, you start doing that shit.
Right side, hard hit. And the leadoff hitter set down to open the 7th.
Up next for the Mariners, the third baseman.
We got this game.
Matt really stood out in this win.
Well, they may want to change how they approach him next time because he was just incredible in this one. He looked like a threat every time he came up.
So Singy, as the numbers show, a great performance on the mound in this one.
Absolutely, and that really set the tone from the beginning. A fantastic effort.
6-1 is your final here today. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shammy saying so long.
I'm off to a good start. I'll be done with the championship series MVP. But I'm going to get this one. I need this World Series MVP. I'm going to have a great rookie year. Rookie of the year. World Series MVP.
Facing one of the top arms in the league. Big moment, big challenge.
You know, Boog, these are the matchups that tell you what a hitter is made of. Let's see what he brings to the table right here.
We already down, bro.
And that one hammered. O'Neill going back on it. Reaching for it. Makes the catch.
Gotta love the over-the-shoulder catch. I tell you what, those are really fun to make.
Nothing like postseason baseball. There's a buzz in the air. Every pitch seems bigger. It's truly special.
There really is a different feel to the postseason. I only got 5 games of postseason action in my playing career, but I treasured each of them.
Yeah, you suck.
Line drive, base hit.
squared up. Great job.
Up next for the Mariners, the right fielder, number 21, Austin.
Man at first,
Hayes.
Austin Hayes. Up next for the Mariners.
Okay.
That one back up the middle, and it gets through.
Get out,
Lead runner around second. To third, he's in there.
Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
So runners at the corners, nobody out. Here's Nico Horner. The Mariners trying to break this one open here in Game 2 of the World Series.
I'm gone.
And that'll load the bases.
Come on. Come on, man.
Now Royce
He's
Lewis
messing
gets a
up,
chance
bro.
to hit.
With the bases loaded, no outs.
Well, he's so good about trying to drive the ball to
Try,
the
bro.
opposite field gap in these situations. If he takes that approach, he could bust this game wide open.
Skips in, and excellent work to corral that one. Could have been dangerous.
If I had my 9.
Comes a 2-2. And a ground ball to first. To second, that's one. And a run scores on the double play.
It's always great when you can add a run, but in this situation with the bases loaded, double play is kind of a rally killer.
Not if you don't need it. Shit, got rid of 5, huh?
Runner at second, nobody out.
The Mariners, the shortstop, Marcus Matt.
That's in there. It's 0-1. Mack launched a homer in his most recent game. Man at second. Foul ball there. And a pop-up right side, foul territory. Brings it in. Runner tags at second. The tag. See. Back to the top of the order now. Francisco Lindor comes up to the plate. They've got a potent lineup, and when you think about teams capable of rallying from this kind of deficit, they're right at the top of the list.
Come on, man. Like, come on, man. What are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about, man? What is we talking about?
On the ground. They get one. Safe. He beats it.
How the hell did you beat it?
Marcus Matt up next for the Mariners. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. The run scores from third, and they're pulling away up by 7 now.
Of course.
Well, Singy, he is locked in there.
Well, he's really slowed the game down, and it's like he's moving in full speed, and everybody is a step or two behind. The way that he squared up that baseball tells me that he is seeing it like a beach ball.
So 2 on with 2 away. Now it's the right fielder, Austin Hayes. On the ground to third. Bichette whips it to first. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. 2 men left stranded, but they do push across 1. We look ahead to inning number 8. It's the Mariners 8 and the Mets 1. You're watching the World Series on the show.
Got that one too.
Matt did a good job in the win.
Well, you can't win a lot of games without hitters delivering like he did in this one. No question, he's a key contributor for him.
Austin Hayes scored 2 damn home runs. Don't know how the hell he did that.
So Singy, as the numbers show, a great performance on the mound in this one.
Absolutely, and that really set the tone from the beginning. A fantastic effort.
And this one finishes with a final of 8-1. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon.
I just don't get that. I just don't get that at all.
Nothing better than pregame festivities for the World Series. Game 3 is coming up next. Up the middle. There's one. Throw to first, but he beat it.
That is good. The designated hitter, Randy.
So 2 down, and up next for Seattle, Marcus Mack.
Yo, who hit it?
Mack hitting 7th in today's lineup. He's been scoring a lot of runs lately. He scored 9 times in the last 10 games.
5.
And the 1-0.
He's been raking in recent games, and a big reason why, getting ahead in counts. He's been able to do that consistently, and you see the results.
5.
2 down, nobody on. Clips the corner. Now 2-1.
I might hit that shit out of there, bro.
That's a strike.
Waller was hitting that shit out of there.
And that's way high. And now 3-2. This one popped up. Mauricio gets under it. And that is that. Mariners are down in order, but they still lead it 1-0. Grounds one to short. Mack throws to first in time and quickly one away in the second. Gotta love the intensity of postseason baseball. Players on both sides at such a high level of emotion. Everything is amplified. On a line. Coming on Robert, and he's there. That one finds the zone. That's strike 1.
Look at that bullshit.
No, he's really working him away this at bat. Sometimes take a little bit off velocity. Try to get a rollover, something on the ground. Stay away from that big hole on the right side of the infield.
Ball.
The 2-1. And there's a strike. Good heater at 98.
Come on. Put him somewhere on the score.
That smash towards center. And there's one down.
Up next is the out. The third baseman, Royce Lewis.
Now up to hit Francisco Lindor.
A lot of times you're looking for a guy to get that tying run on base, but because of the power, you want him to tie up the game with one swing here.
Looking to get the tying run on base. Up the middle. On the run, sends it over to first. Got him. Nice play.
Up next is the Mets. The left fielder, number 22, Juan.
Marcus Mack up next for the Mariners. 0 for 3 in this one.
Well, both sides equally as strong, so not a good time to try to turn him around with a relief pitcher and put him on the other side of the plate.
The shortstop takes the ball.
Come right here.
Ball 2.
Oh, yeah, baby.
And a swing and a miss. Next one misses. Ball 3. Crowd locked in right now. 1-run game here in the 9th. So a walk puts runners at first and second.
Fine with the ball.
Now Royce Lewis gets a chance to hit.
Hitter's got some good opposite field power. What I like about something being hit to the right side into the outfield is that the base runner at second
in the air out to center. Base hit. Headed for the plate. The run comes in to score from second to third. Not in time. And it's runners at the get down. Runners at the corners here. 1 away. Johnny Pareda up next for the Mariners. Lefty out of the stretch. Runners at first and third. Now a pop-up on the infield. Out number 2.
Up next is the out. The catcher, Cal Raleigh.
And now the switch hitting catcher, Cal Raleigh. Two on, 2 outs. Oh, and this one gets away. But no advance from the runners.
You could have run. Oh, man, you still could have got there.
Just missed. Dominic Canzone up next for the Mariners.
You still could have got there. Got the walk. Put the walk, the bases loaded. The full side of the base.
And that'll load the bases.
I really knew it.
Now the number 2 hitter, Dominic Canzone.
Base knock here really gives them an opportunity to take control of this ball game. You don't want that other team to think they have a shot, and a knock here would be a big blow.
Popped in the air, left field, brings it in, and that's the 3rd out. So they get 1 but end up leaving the bases loaded. Here's the 0-2. Out to short. To first, and the leadoff man retired here in the 9th.
Up next for the Mets, the center fielder, Louis.
Oh, keep me in again.
Big spot here, bottom of the 9th, down to their final out. Now at the plate, Juan Soto.
And things could change quickly here with 1 swing.
This one's blasted high and deep. It's on its way out of here. Ball game.
Well,
and the Mets walk it off in game 3.
Oh yeah, outfield. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, they feel.
Well, in the postseason, there's so much excitement, so much energy, everyone hanging on every single pitch. To have a walk-off win under these circumstances, these people have gone crazy. What a nice win, but you got to turn the page quickly to come back for the next game.
He's mad too. I saw that shit all the way over there. That reminds me of that World Series.
Close one here
the
today,
Cardinals
and your final 5-4.
hit that
For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm
hit
John
that
Shambi. We'll see you
a
soon.
home run. When that mug hit the grass, I was like, yo, see y'all game 7. That's what that remind me of. It's crazy.
And taking the ball for the Mets, Jonah Tong. What's the word on him?
Try to stay back for that power changeup. Speed differential between the fastball and the changeup is huge. Hitters, they have a hard time staying back.
One down. Marcus Mack up next for the Mariners. Chris, you and I have gotten to work some memorable postseason games together. One I look back on, 2013 ALCS Game 2, the David Ortiz Grand Slam.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the bottom of this on.
The 0-1. That's to third, and it gets by him. Safe at first, no play. We'll see how they score this.
For me, Boo, the game I remember is us calling the 2014 AL wildcard game. The Kansas City Royals hosting the Oakland A's. The Royals come from behind to win in extra innings and move on to the division series. They had such a great run that it ended up in the World Series, losing to the San Francisco Giants.
Pitch kicks away from Alvarez. And now a man into scoring position.
Well, that right there erases the chance at the inning-ending double play. So good job on the bases to move up on the wild pitch. Changes the outlook of the inning in a pretty big way.
Pitching wall. You nervous though?
Sets him down on strikes. That's the first slider we've seen today, and it was almost unfair.
Well, you got to be ready to swing the bat with a runner in scoring position and 2 strikes. Just put the ball in place somewhere, and you got a chance. Very frustrating for him, I'm sure. See if the next guy can pick him up.
Makes the catch, inning over. Mariners lead 1, but they're on top 1-0. So up next, Francisco Alvarez. Woo, multi-time All-Star, 28 years old, and he was a 6th-round draft pick in 2021. Here's a 1-1. Up the middle. Tosses to first. Out number 2.
That's a big dude, man. That's a big dude.
Man at first, 1 away. Ball 1 there.
That's up.
And it's even up.
He's gonna be there.
In the air, left field. Soto has a beat on it. And there are 2 down.
Why do they have white jerseys on?
Up next is the the third baseman,
One gone runner at first. So up next for New York, Bo Bichette. It's amazing. We get a chance to talk to a lot of opposing managers. This guy scares managers on the other team as much as anyone.
And he gets to fly beneath the radar with the other more recognizable names in this lineup.
They've got a potent lineup, and when you think about teams capable of rallying from this kind of deficit, they're right at the top of the list. Here's a 2-2. On the ground to the left. Throws to first in time.
Marcus Matt.
That's crazy. They ain't even giving me a boss chance for best in me.
Marcus Mack stands in with 2 away as he takes a ball.
You know better than if you don't read the scouting report.
The other way, and base hit. And now 2 aboard.
If you don't read the scouting report, you know better than that. Come on.
Here's Royce Lewis.
With how good these offenses are, there's a lot of ball game left.
They made it into a game. They made it into a series out there.
Soft contact in the air. Rings it in for the 3rd out.
Come on, man.
Mariners leave a couple. They're on the short end of a 4-0 score.
Well, nothing. He ain't playing around.
So 2 down,
Ain't
and next
gonna
for
be
the
there next
Mets,
game.
Ronnie Mauricio.
Mauricio.
Can't be there next game. Who do we have on the mound for it, bro?
Ground ball up the middle. Inning over.
Who in the hell is on
Nothing
the
doing
mound
for
us?
the Mets. They lead 4-0.
That old boy got a triple. How the hell you get a triple? Somebody had an error on the outfield. That ain't me. 'Cause that was my first fielding opportunity. That's him again? Yeah, he's a fifth in. Maybe if we get on those. I don't know. These somebody don't think I'm gonna hit a double this time.
Mack, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball 1.
Well, these Mariners need to bring up the quality of their at-bats and specifically their swings. Just one extra base hit for them, so they haven't exactly been hitting the ball gap to gap or out of the park. That makes it really difficult to generate runs.
That's about
The
it.
1-1.
On that side of the
Right side, hard hit. Mauricio with the throw to first. And the leadoff hitter retired in the 5th. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. Matt steps in now. This is one of those matchups that'll test every ounce of a hitter's approach.
on the player of the month.
Yeah, if you get a
award
pitch
in
to hit,
September.
Boog, you better not
Hey,
miss
say,
it. You
man.
might not see another one all day.
Yeah, we about to lose. Yeah, we about to lose. He's not a candidate. He done won the award. Which is crazy, because
That
why
one
didn't they
fouled
start
off.
him the first time? That's foul. No, that's foul.
Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. 1 down.
Up next is the third baseman, Roy Neal.
Matt steps in. RBI opportunity here.
Yeah, Boog, important to try and close the gap. One at bat can tilt the scale.
I don't think about that, bro. Very fortunate if I can, but we already got 2 outs, so.
Two on, 2 outs. They're down to their final strike.
Very crazy, I know.
Like this is almost over as it begins. In this situation, you have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You just got to hope that you can make contact.
Foul ball, still 0-2. Rips that one to right. He puts it away, and that'll do it.
Man.
The Mets keep the dream alive. They take Game 5 and trail the series by a game.
In an elimination game, you see your season quickly coming to an end. It can be a bit nerve-wracking, but they were able to settle things down, come out and play really good baseball in this one. They get the win, and the series continues. Who knows? Maybe they'll get right back in it.
I don't think you
So
coming back to
City,
Seattle,
as the
bro.
numbers show, a great performance on the mound in this one.
Absolutely, and that really set the tone from the beginning. A fantastic effort.
And a 7-1 finish in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon. Marcus Mack. The strategy around starting pitchers in the postseason, it's really changed in recent years. Managers are pulling starters earlier, making a strong bullpen essential for a championship team.
Not doing that.
Back up the middle and a base hit. And a man aboard.
Oh, you better act stupid.
And now it's Austin Hayes.
Yeah, I think with starting pitchers, they're not going as deep in the postseason because managers aren't willing to let them get knocked around and put a game out of reach. Most skippers have a quicker hook this time of the year.
Runner on the move. In the dirt, blocked. Safe in second, and that was not close.
Well, in the postseason, I'd say we see more teams playing for one run, trying to apply some pressure, and that's exactly the case right here. Speed on the bases, put him in motion, and it worked out. Now time to execute in the batter's box.
All I need is a single, bro.
Man at second. And ball 4 to a board.
Just drive me home. Drive me home, though. Just drive me home. What's up?
Here's Nico Horner.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
Swing and a high fly ball left field. That's out number 2.
That's too close.
First and second, 2 outs.
I
Here's
had
Royce
99
Lewis.
speed out there. It's too close, bro. Way too close.
2 on, 2 outs. This one in the air, center field. Robert on the move. And that ends the inning. We'll move to the third with no score.
End of the second.
First and second, 1 out. Francisco Alvarez up now for the Mets.
Definitely wants to stay out of the double play here. Ball on the ground in the infield. Should be an inning-ending double play.
Man, get him out of there.
The Mets looking to
Get him out of
strike
there.
first here in Game 6 of the World Series. A Up the middle. Takes it to the bag. That's one. Double
Got him.
play. What a twin killing
And
to
it's just
end
a
the
put
inning.
out.
One hit, one left.
I'm
On
gonna beat him
now
up.
to the bottom of the fourth. We're tied, 0-0. It's the 6th game of this World Series.
What I do.
And stepping in for the Mariners, Marcus Mack.
This is what I do. That's not what I do.
Right through there for a strike.
Ooh.
Pretty rare location
Whoa.
right there, right down the middle. This guy
Nah,
hates
that's not
the
right down the
edges.
middle.
Not sure if you're going to see that pitch again as a hitter.
Right in my lane, though.
This one in the air. Bryant settles under it. And there's one down.
Up next for the Mariners, the right fielder, number 21.
Mack stepping
I
in
could've
now.
killed
This
it, bro.
offense has been quiet. A big swing could change everything.
Yeah, and somebody's got to crack it open, Boog. Just need to flip the momentum.
To third. And it gets by him.
There's something about pulling one down the line and shooting it through the infield that's just so satisfying as a hitter. It's just fun turning on the pitch like he did right there.
First offering. Runner goes. And this one squirts away from the catcher. So a wild pitch allows the runner to advance. Man at second. Got him looking for the strikeout. And that's 4 strikeouts.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on him for a little while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
Yo, 1. Tap back to the mound.
All right, hold it here, hold it here.
Not in time. He's safe.
Oh, nice.
Didn't exactly square that one up, but sometimes you don't have to.
Yeah, come on, dude. You got that.
Runners at the corners here. 1 away. Now Royce Lewis gets a chance to hit. They've got a potent lineup. And when you think about teams capable of rallying from this kind of deficit, they're right at the top of the list. Up the middle. Whips it to first. There for the out. Runner scores from third. Marcus Mack up next for the Mariners. Third baseman playing on the edge of the grass, looking for the sac bunt. And that one is lifted in the air. Soto has a beat on it.
It's hitting the ground.
One
Damn.
away.
Up next,
Yeah, they was on the ground.
the right fielder, number 21.
So 2 down, and now the right fielder, Tyler O'Neill.
This one's for the game, boy.
Munoz is just 1 strike away. This one in the air, right field. That one gets down for a hit. Takes the turn.
Throw it.
He's
Come on.
for second. The throw in, but he's in there easily.
That's tremendous fight from him, and I know it's got the dugout fired up down there.
So 2 outs with runners on the corners. Jonah Bride up now for the Mets.
Well, with pretty good speed over there at first base, I think the pitcher's got to slow everything down. Hold the ball a little bit, step off, just try to break the rhythm and timing of a potential base stealer.
Ground ball right side. Corner. And there it is.
Got him.
The Seattle Mariners are
World Series champions. Let's go, baby. If they don't give me MVP for World Series, bro, they can rob me for 2 MVPs.
The huge congrats to the World Series champs. This was an incredibly special team all season long, and what I love most is that these home fans that supported this team game in and game out, they got to witness it in their home ballpark. So many memories over this season, but in this game,
I knew when we came home,
the city is already going crazy.
If we didn't get it in their stadium.
Welcome back on the show as we see some of the final moments and reactions in this World Series clinching game. And now let's go down on the field where they're set to present the Commissioner's Trophy to the World Series champs.
Yeah, let me get the trophy, though. Let's go. We got it, Skip. We got it, Skip.
Singleton and our outstanding crew. I'm John Shaw.
Yeah,
this has been the World Series on MLB The Show.
Hey. This is the second one because we got that shit last year. But I wasn't there last year. I was in the system last year, but I wasn't here last year. Bro, they robbed me again. How the hell did he win MVP both times? He didn't do shit. Look, he robbed me in this one. I had more home runs, more RBIs, better batting average. He robbed me in this one. You had a better batting average. But come on, bro. Come on, bro.